Gentleman from California, Mr. Lundgren, a member of the committee.
The gentleman has 1.5 minutes remaining. The gentleman from California is recognized for 1.5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. This is a prime example of good intentions resulting in bad policy. My area is one of the areas hit as badly as any with respect to foreclosures. We have not cleared the market yet. We are in deep, deep shape. And the last thing we need is to increase the level of uncertainty within the mortgage market, and that's what this does. It may be limited by its terms, but if we do it now, we can do it again. Some people may ask, why would we not allow cram down for residential housing? The Supreme Court Justice Stevens, looking at this with a case in previous years, said, the favorable treatment of residential mortgages was intended to encourage the flow of capital into the home lending market. That is why this exists in the bankruptcy code today, precisely because it allows more people access to purchasing homes, and premiums are not as high as they otherwise would be, precisely because you cannot allow cram down in bankruptcy proceedings now. That's the sole substance of the reason why we have this. We're going to reverse this as a matter of public policy. It is going to create greater uncertainty and thereby increase the premiums in the future for everybody else and deny access to the housing market for those we seek to help. I yield to...
It's expired. The gentleman from Georgia is recognized.
I yield myself such time as I may consume and simply repeat, since this is only applicable to existing mortgages, it will have no effect on the cost of future mortgages. The beauty of it is we'll have fewer foreclosures, so the gentleman from California and those in California who are in neighborhoods that are really struggling with this phenomena of housing prices collapsing because of all the vacancies, all of those folks will be helped by this without putting a single dime of taxpayer dollars in the deal. It seems to me that's a complete justification for doing this. We should have done it long ago. I'll reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman from Virginia has no time remaining. The gentleman from Georgia is recognized.
I'll just yield myself whatever. How much time do I have left?
The gentleman has 1 minute and 1/2 remaining. I
appreciate that. You know, there's a thing called the tragedy of the commons, and it's a theoretical concept that applies in this particular case. It refers to the opening of common areas for grazing, and then those who have sheep come in and overgraze that area, and the effect is not that everybody got wealthier, it's that everybody got poorer. As an individual creditor, I'm not interested in having somebody fool around with me in bankruptcy court or something like that. But combined, creditors are advantaged by having fewer foreclosures on the market in a situation like this. Having represented an awful lot of banks, having spent an awful lot of my life as a bankruptcy lawyer, law professor, commercial litigator, I'm absolutely convinced that I was wrong to initially reject this concept. That if we apply it now, we should have done it a couple of years ago, but if we apply it now, we'll catch what appears to be an ongoing wave of foreclosures. It will help the individuals who can rescue their homes. It will lessen the number of foreclosures, consequently helping all other homeowners. No taxpayer dollars are involved, and creditors are assisted by this with no threat whatsoever to an increase in mortgage prices. We've passed this before. We should pass it again. It's appropriate to this particular piece of legislation because the work we're doing right now is prompted as a result of the credit crisis that was caused initially by housing issues. So housing should be addressed as part of fixing the overall financial situation.
The gentleman's time has expired.
I thank the Speaker.
The gentleman's time has expired. For what purpose does the gentleman from California seek recognition?
Madam Speaker, I would just ask for unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks in opposition to this amendment.
Without objection, so ordered. The question is, on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Georgia, those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment...
Recorded vote.
Pursuant to Clause 6 of Rule 18, further proceedings on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Georgia will be postponed.